Okay, here we go, first video. Hello everyone, my name is Jula and we're gonna paint this cute, cozy Dutch house together today. Let me start by introducing myself a little bit. So, as I mentioned, my name is Jula. Hello. And I am an illustrator and art teacher based in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Originally, I'm from Poland, but I moved few years ago, well, actually over 15 years ago, to Luxembourg. Then I studied in Italy, and then I fell in love and moved to France. And now I'm here with my boyfriend in Netherlands. So you can basically call me homeless with a Slavic accent, and that's okay. I studied interior design in Italy, and after my graduation in the middle of COVID, I was actually in my pyjama when I found out I graduated. I decided that I would like to never ever again design any house or space, ever. I absolutely hated my studies. I'm very proud of my bachelor diploma, but that's it. I tried to do some graphic design and web design, and I still do it from time to time as like freelance projects, but it's not really where I found myself the most comfortable. And I just decided that illustration is love of my life, and this is what I want to do as long as I can, as long as I'm able. And well, I always enjoyed to sketch and draw, and I always knew it's something which I wanna do when I'm growing up, when I'm a big adult with bills and responsibilities. But I thought that studying fine art wouldn't get me anywhere because it's so hard to find a job when you're a creative person. So I went for design, and then I got my diploma because it was important for me to finish what I started. But I knew that this is not my future. So for a long time, I actually didn't know what to do. I tried many things. I tried many creative jobs, and just nothing felt right until I became an art teacher, and I realized that I love it. I can have fever, and I will go to my class because sometimes I don't have a choice, and I will still feel like the happiest person alive, just because I'm doing it, because I'm excited to share my knowledge, my skills, my passion with other people. And I felt like my classes are not enough, like I need more. That's why I'm here, and that's why I wanna spend this little moment with you, painting this little house and just finding peace in this small creative activity, because I think art is such an amazing way to just find your voice and just have a date with yourself, honestly. So a little bit about the drawing. We are painting, as I mentioned, this little Dutch house, which is based on a picture I took in a small village close to Amsterdam, which name obviously I can't pronounce, but it will be written in the description of the video. And basically I'm painting with gouache because I found it the most accurate for this type of illustration. So we started with sketching. We started with creating a little composition, just finding our objects on the paper with just simple strokes of the pencils. And after that we actually moved to real thing, to paints, to gouache. You can also use acrylics for that, or even go for crayons, or whatever you prefer. Honestly, there is no limit. As long as you feel like you can do it with me, that's perfectly fine. If you want to make the house yellow or orange and the roof could be pink, whatever you prefer. It can have completely different color palette. It can have small houses behind the big house. It can have, I don't know, maybe not lake, but lava. Just feel free. Feel creative. Feel like you can just grab your brush, your pencil, your whatever, and just spend little moment on creating something which makes you happy, which makes you say, I did this, it's mine, it's my artwork. Because as I mentioned, during my classes, it's mostly sip and paint, and sometimes I also do classes like in my house. people really compare themselves, and people really can't focus on creating something by themselves because they mostly think about people next to them and are they doing better or not. And yeah, this video is for you to just don't think about it anymore, because you are alone in your own space doing something for yourself because you want to learn maybe a new skill, or you just like this drawing and want to recreate it to hang it somewhere in your house. Whatever your reason is, just try to take it as a exercise, as something like a little date with yourself, and don't be scared to make mistakes. Don't be scared if something doesn't look exactly how you want it to look. Honestly, I would change a lot in this painting when I look at it now, but it's okay because it's mine and I did it, and if I don't like it, I can paint it again and again and again, especially now since I have this video recorded. And that's fine. It's fine. It's just a little sample of my skills and my knowledge and everything I know put in the paper. And tomorrow maybe it will be better because I will learn something new, or not. Who knows? Who cares? Art is not about, it's not like something you need to learn through books or whatever. This is something you don't read in books as much as you just need to practice, and that's it. And I'm here to do it with you. I'm still learning too, and I'm still here to just try it with you to see if we can do something creative and beautiful together. And as you might see, we started with sketching, of course, and after that we moved to putting base colors on our sketch, just making house green and lake blue. And when it's done, you wait for it to dry for a few minutes or a few hours. In my case it was a few hours, that's why my sweater and the lighting changed. And after that I just added some details. I painted some flowers, I painted some little details on the roof, added leather, added bed, and just trying to make it more interesting. Not everything looks exactly how I want it to look. For example, I wish I made the fence thinner or the bench was less dark, but it's still nice. And if something was really bothering me, I just erased it like I did with the window. I just put some water over it, let it dry, and then once again I added some white in the end, and that's okay, and that's perfectly fine. Of course, every drawing required different steps. This one was pretty easy. It was just 3 steps: sketching, base, details. Sometimes we need to add shadows, sometimes we need to outline it maybe first paint background. It's up to you. If you feel like you would like to change something, just go for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. And if you actually painted it, please send it to me. I want to see it. Please send it on my Instagram, which is written down below, and I just want to see what's your creation. Did you change something? Did you kept it the same? Did you put it somewhere in your house? I'm so excited to see those kind of stuff. Like when I have my students and they send me pictures of their drawings somewhere in their houses. I also teach kids, and kids spend 1 hour, 2 hours with me here in my apartment, and after the parents are coming to pick them up, and they're just so excited to show their little creations to their parents. It's so adorable. You would be actually surprised how much kids and adults ask the same questions, and you would actually feel like adults would be more confident when they paint, but it's actually opposite. It's the kids who actually believe that they can create something beautiful. It's actually kids who don't compare themselves to the people next to them. They just do their thing because they enjoy painting, because they want to unleash their creativity on the piece of paper. And honestly, that's why I love art, because everyone has this inner child which has to be unleashed sometimes. And yeah, I hope my classes help them do that. I hope this video will help you as well. I really do. And so now we're just adding some details. At some point I also tried to paint with water pencils, which I didn't bought, and I thought maybe I can try to finish the painting and add details with those. But since it was my first time ever using it, I just didn't feel like it's a right tool for me at this moment, so I just dropped it and came back to my good old brush. I don't know what kind of brushes I'm using though, because I'm basically using the same brushes since I was 9 years old. I even have the same jars since when I was a kid. So obviously it's hard for me to guess what kind of brushes my mom used or bought for me a few years ago. So yeah, that's it. And we're almost over actually. We just have a little bit more details to add, maybe some water, the shadows, yeah, those kind of things. I'm very happy with the details and how it actually turns out. And now I'm just adding a little bit of blue to my leather, which I think was actually my favorite thing in this painting, how much the leather looks like it's underneath. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. I'm very, very happy about how it turned out in general. And yeah, it's a good drawing. Maybe not perfect, but it's still very nice drawing. And I'm just happy I can be here with you and do it. Even if I don't know you yet, you can tell me a little bit about yourself in the comments. I would be happy to actually know that someone managed to watch it entirely. All those 13 minutes, yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, anything else I can tell you? Well, if you ask me what I would change right now in this painting, I would definitely not paint the details on the grass and just leave it completely green. That's it. You can also see that I'm trying to add a little leaves on the side of the tree, but in the end I decided it doesn't fit the theme and there's too many details, and probably now I would rather add like those little leaves on the tree and leave the grass completely green. That's it, without any details. Then opposite, but that's okay, mistakes happens and it's still a good drawing and I'm still very happy with it. And I think it's really easy to recreate even with just simple crayons or pencils, color pencils, so don't hesitate to try. You can use watercolor as well. You know, gouache is kind of similar to watercolor, but if you want something more soft, go for it. And we are almost at the end, and I'm so happy to just talk to you, to get to know you. First video, as you might hear, I'm very, very stressed about many things, about my accent, about my skills. Maybe I didn't explain something right. If you have any questions or suggestions, what should I talk about in the next video, just let me know. And yeah, here we go. Thank you and see you later, alligator.